Hey, Badawans, what's up? I gotta give a shout out to Jason Callan over there. He did an amazing job with one of the reviews for the SNL 50th anniversary. Now, I guess the only people that cared about SNL 50 years was like me and Jason, because I didn't see anybody else around this community talking about it. I beat Jason by a week or two. I did a review, a really in-depth review. It was like 50 minutes of the 3 hour show, and I used like captions and photography and all kinds of things. And I'd made it in black and white because just to I like the retro look, the 70s. Uh, so I made that review, and it did not get a reaction from anybody around here because all you guys like is drama. That's all you guys want to do. But Jason, he understands all this stuff. We both like movies and music, and I'm not too much into the food. Not as much as Jason is. But anyway, Jason did a live. He did a live. I mean, I'm not really. I know it's easy because if you do a live, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to edit. You don't have to cut. You don't have to do special effects. So you just go live, and you don't have to show yourself, and it's easy. It's sort of lazy, all right? But whatever. I mean, that's the way Jason does his movie reviews. He does them all live. Uh, and I think that Jason gets distracted when that's why I don't do it. Because if you're in a live chat room doing a panel and people are talking to you, you can't concentrate. You cannot keep focus. So he kept talking to the room and then going back to the review, and then he kept talking to the room again, saying hello and talking to some people, and then back to the review. And that was sort of not very good, Jason. That's not a good way to do a review, bro. Just some criticism, all right? Now, I'm like the Siskel. I think I'm like Siskel, and he's like Ebert. I'm just making fun of that because I'm not really like sometimes I review movies. Like I said in the video that I'm uploading, I did a review of Prometheus, the Ridley Scott movie, the alien movie. And I did that one for like 8 hours. So it was a review for a movie for 8 hours. Can you guys believe that? That was crazy. Uh, so I wish Jason would do a review without the interruptions of the chat, because then, like, I was like sort of driving and listening, and I was like, okay, come on, bro, get back to the show, get back to the SNL review, you know. And so I don't know if I don't think it works doing reviews live, but that's my opinion. Okay. Anyway, so he did he talked about the intro with Steve Martin, and a lot of I'm not gonna go over everything right now, but he mentioned something that I missed, that Bill Murray was crying at the end because I don't know what the hell was going on with him. I don't know. But then I saw it in the news today that Bill Murray was emotional and he was crying and stuff, and I was like, why? What? I missed that because I was focused on Chevy Chase and what is it, Gilda Radner, the picture of Gilda Radner there, and Lorne Michaels. I was focused on that on what they were doing because there were so many people on stage, but. Anyway, so I just gotta, and so Jason did a review, and he was kind of using my review as his review, and then doing another review, like sort of a counterpoints, counter review. Jason Strikes Back. I like that because then we can play ball. I could say, hey, I like this, and then he said he hated it, and then. He said he hated something that I like. So that's pretty interesting. I like that. I like the interaction that I have with Jason when it came to this SNL50. That was pretty cool. Because all you guys want to do is fight. And I want to do cool stuff. I want to talk about good stuff. I don't want to fight. All right? But it just seems that, you guys want to be doing drama every night on panels. And And then I'm an idiot, and I go in there and I start talking shit because I don't even know why I go there. I shouldn't be going there. But anyway, Jason did a good job. I think he was live for like about an hour, and he hated the wedding vow thing. I hated that one, the sketch. He liked the Eddie Murphy one with Will Ferrell, the prisoners, the teenage prisoners, whatever. I didn't like that. Uh, I really didn't think it was a very good show, and I think I gave it a 4 out of 10. And I think he gave him the same rating. I think he gave it the same rating. Um, but just Jason, I think you should do like a more professional style. If you're gonna review a movie, I think you should do it. Try a little harder, bro. Like if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't talk to the audience when you're doing it. After you finish the review, then maybe you could talk to the audience. But remember, Siskel and Ebert, they were sitting by themselves watching the film. All right, just the two of them, and they were taking notes. You take notes, well, while you watch the movie, and then at the end of the movie, you go live, and then you review the movie, but you pretend you're sitting by yourself and you ignore. I'm not saying what I'm saying is I was a bit distracted by you saying, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing this?" Now let me go back to the review because it took a long time. I mean, I just think there needs to be like a stream of thought. Like when you're talking about a film, there needs to be a stream, like a river. Like just keep talking about what you're talking. Bring up your points. What did you dislike? Who was the actor? Why was the sketch? Or why was the scene? I took a lot of directing courses in video production, and I went to acting school. Uh, I did a lot of acting. I'm not saying I'm some incredible reviewer, but I think I did okay doing the 50-minute SNL50. Jason did good. He did good. He had a lot of good input. He noticed some things that I did not notice in there. I think Jason likes a lot of current SNL. He likes a lot of the newer stuff. I don't. I just can't stand some of the new stuff. I love it, and I watch it every week. I just watch it because there could be something funny, like one or two sketches out of 10, there could be like one or two that are funny. And I also watch it because I want to see the monologue, and sometimes they have a good. Well, lately they haven't had any good musical guests. They haven't had a very good musical guest in a while. It's just like these new kids with this rap or this weird ass crap. I don't get it. I still watch it because there might be something there that's interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to throw a shout out to Jason. I told him I was going to comment on his review. Um, I think he did good, but I think he needs to focus a little bit more on what he's doing, and I think he's distracted too easily by the chat. That's my only criticism, Jason. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad. All right, but you are like I think you're like Ebert. You know, Ebert gave a lot of movies a chance. He was like the nice guy, and Cisco was like the most like critical, like the asshole. And I know I'm an asshole sometimes. I know I don't like everything, and I hate a lot of shit. Okay, but I think that's just me being Generation X, just hating on a lot of new shit. I think that's just normal for us. Uh, but I'm glad you liked the Steve Martin part of it. I hated that Anne Aykroyd stayed home in his couch. That was terrible. I hated that, man. And Bill Murray just doing like this little countdown of the best anchors. That was lame. I mean, that's all he did. Chevy Chase wasn't in anything. All right. Lorraine Newman in that awful Chad thing. They were misused. This is like Star Wars, The Force Awakens when Luke comes back, Jason, and he just shows up at the end like for 5 seconds in the Force Awakens. Remember that when he's out there in the island and Rey shows up and he just turns around and he's not in the movie. It's kind of like that. You only see the original cast members at the end, like standing there, like looking like idiots. It's really sad. That's what happened with the new Star Wars Disney also. But the one with the Downer, that lady that's always at the bar, that was awful. Paul McCartney, I can't believe you're not a fan of the Beatles, bro. What the hell's wrong with you? You don't like the Beatles? Okay, man. Paul McCartney was great. That was one of the best parts of the show. Paul Simon, of course. And it's 50 years. Imagine 50 years of watching SNL. Imagine that. And like I said, I know that not a lot of people in this community like even watched the 50th anniversary. Nobody cares. Nobody commented on it. Nobody did anything. It was just kind of me and Jason talking about this. And again, I love Steve Martin and Martin Short. They're a good team, but sometimes it gets a little old, right? I mean. And my favorite, of course, is Dan Aykroyd, and he was not there, so that was a big disappointment. But Bill Murray didn't really do anything. I mean, he shows up for the weekend update, he does some stupid ass thing, and then he leaves. And then at the end, he cries. What's the point? All right. I know that Garrett Morris guy was, and then he was the Garrett Morris, the original cast. He was just sitting in a chair. He didn't do anything. It's like you guys treat old people like idiots, like they can't do anything. Like they just have to sit around in a chair just staring at the ceiling, not doing anything. Why do you guys treat old people like this? It's not cool. And Mike Myers was awful. And I'm not doing a review again, but at least Jason said that, yeah, that whole Bronx Beat sketch was horrible. It went on for too long. It was boring. And Mike Myers, Dana Carvey and Mike Myers are Wayne's World. And that's it. So I'm going to rate Jason's review. And only because he was skipping a lot and then he forgot his notes. And you could tell that his notes were scattered and he wasn't really prepared that much. So I'm going to give Jason's review of the SNL 50th anniversary. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. All right? See you guys later. May the force be with you. Bye.